What's up guys, Specstar here today with my first battle for the ODL League. I'm going up against my man Mike, and he has a channel. I'm going to have that in the description. I would recommend you guys check it out. And as you can see, the sprites look... I, I don't know if I would categorize them as terrible or great, but it's definitely one of the two. Yeah, that torn is something else there. I really don't know what I'm looking at. It's going to take me a second to process his team. Well, I don't see Tapu Lele, and that's going to be because of the muck, so that's both good and bad. Okay, so we definitely see the Manaphy. The Mamoswine was a maybe. We don't see the Amoonguss, and we did worry about that a little bit. I thought that would be a potential bring. Look at the Genesix cannon, it says U-turn on it. Oh wow. Gotta love April Fools on Showdown. Alright, so I think Mamoswine would be a very potential and real lead for him. I'm gonna go ahead and lead Genesect, knowing that possibility exists. Okay. So here I could go for a U-turn, or I could throw up 2 extreme speeds. I think I'm just gonna... Yeah, my Torn is slower than this, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and throw off 2 extreme speeds. And he throws off a Thunder, unfortunately does not paralyze us. That would be a big annoyance for me. We see he doesn't set up webs, which is interesting. He might go hard into Rotom here, but I'm clearly not Bandit, and why would I go for E-Speed if I have Scarf? So he doesn't know I'm locked in. And he can definitely buy himself a Max Revive for $10 if he wants to bring that thing back. And Genesec's going to get its first KO, so it's already proven itself to be busted. First KO of our season, Genesect in 2 turns. I want to fire off that U-turn cannon at some point. And if you're wondering about our sets, I should have a team builder video, which was probably up either yesterday or earlier today. I would definitely welcome you guys to check that out. So we see the Rotom come out here, and I'm gonna go hard into my Heatran. I have a little bit of bulk in it, it shouldn't be doing too much. And that does do a lot, so I'm just gonna verify right now that that's specs. I'm gonna put in my Heatran set and just verify for sure that that's specs. That is specs. Okay, now we know. Okay, he goes Mamoswine or Scarf. Could he be also... He doesn't have another Scarfer unless Manaphy is Scarf, so he may well be. I think I kind of just want to click Flash Cannon anyway, but I could set up a possibility of me becoming a little too vulnerable to Rotom. I'm going to throw off a Flash Cannon here, because I think there's a good chance he tries to set up rocks. Yeah, we're going to knock that out, and that's going to be a big turn for us. The Scarf Heatran coming up clutch there. We could definitely see the Charizard come out here and try to set up. We've got the Slowbro for that. We could also see Manaphy try to set up, and we've got our Torn for that. So I don't think that puts us in too bad of a position. Perhaps the most annoying would be if he went into Rotom, honestly. So we're going to see what he does here. He definitely now knows we're Scarf, because I would imagine any Mamoswine set he'd bring would be faster than my Heatran. And even faster than a max speed Heatran. I'm not even close to that, so he would definitely know that we're Scarf to be faster than him. I might as well look at my team while he's thinking about it. Although I still definitely encourage you guys to look at the team building video to get a more in-depth analysis. I've got the Specs Genesect, which is mixed attacking. I've got my 3 attack, physically defensive Mega Slowbro. I've got my no attack, specially defensive Mew. I've got my Heatran, which is Scarf, as of course you guys just saw with rocks. I've got my Torn, which is 3 attacks, Grassium and Defog. And I've got my Buzzwole, which is Sub, and the Power-Up Punch tech and Focus Punch. The Power-Up Punch tech was there from Moongus, which we didn't see come. I could definitely get why a Moongus didn't come, but with the way we're kind of building this team, it could have been more annoying than it would have looked in matchup, so I definitely had to do some thinking about that. He has Charizard here, and that's exactly what our Slowbro's for. So I'm just always going to go hard into that when he brings out the Charizard. Worst case scenario for me would be if it was some sort of toxic set for our Slowbro, but I do have the Heal Bell on Mew, so ultimately I don't think it would be able to do that much, aside from just annoy me. So we're going to see what he does here. He may even make the good play and go hard into Rotom. And if he does, then kudos to him. He's going to gain quite a bit of momentum from that. But I just don't want to take any big chances here. I'm just going to always go into Slowbro. Yeah, he does go into Rotom, so good play for him. That was the right move. I would think that he would go for the Thunderbolt here because Heatran would survive a Volt Switch. I'm not sure if it would survive a Thunderbolt. I think that comes down to a roll. I'm just going to go ahead and calc that. If he's timid, that's a dirty roll. I have a better chance to survive it. I'm going to go into Heatran. And he gets a crit, which is unfortunate, but I guess it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world, but it's pretty close. Oh boy. Yeah, I might have to go into Buzzwole and click the... You know what, I'm going to go into Mew. I think Mew's my right play here. I'm going to throw off a Toxic. Toxic will do a lot to anything. If he goes in Umbreon, I have the Heal Bell. He may have it too, but he could take the chance of me getting Genesect in there. Oh, I get the Toxic on this. That's significant. That's significant. And I'm going to double Toxic here, predicting him to try and go into Umbreon now. Yeah, and that's going to be the correct play. I'm going to throw off a Heal Bell here. I should be able to beat this Umbreon unless he throws off a a taunt before I do. Having that Toxic off on Rotom is nice because that's the biggest issue in this game. And here I'm going to go ahead and taunt the Umbreon. Your mom is so fat she 4 times resists ice and fire type attacks. Oh, you gotta love Showdown. You gotta love it. And he tries to Baton Pass. That's interesting. We're gonna kibosh that with our taunt. Here I'm gonna make the safe play to Buzzwole because I think it puts me in a better position if he stays in or goes to Rotom. I think that's my safest play. And he goes for Foul Play, so I think I'm going to be able to get a sub off, which is really nice. Yeah, he goes in a Rotom here. Pay no attention to what's behind the sign. I love it. So here I'm just going to click Substitute because I want to continue to punish him if he does try to Volt Switch instead of going for the Thunderbolt or the Shadow Ball. So he does go for the Thunderbolt, and that's good. We're wearing down on this thing, and when this Rotom goes down, we should have a much easier time dealing with him and his team. I'm going to see how much my Leech Life is doing to this. 38 to 45. I'm going to go for one more substitute. Yeah, we should be able to get it after the toxic damage, and we're going to get a little bit of health back, which is nice. And we see the Rotom go down. And the Rotom was a good bring on his behalf. We had a real hard time dealing with that, but now he's going to have a harder time dealing with my Slowbro than he did when he had that Rotom, which is beautiful. We see the Charizard stay in and go for Flare Blitz, and we're going to laugh that off. And I'm going to go for Psychic in case he tries to go into Manaphy. And he goes for Power Up Punch, which is really something. I'm going to go for a Slack Off first, and then I'm going to finish it off. Yeah. I think that was my smartest play. And here I'm going to go for Surf in case he tries to roost these off, because the extra damage can be potentially significant. The 95 versus the 90. Might as well finish looking at this team while we have another delay. Oh, you know what? I actually went through it all. What am I thinking? Usually I don't. I usually start looking at it and then the battle picks up and we keep going. Yeah, we do see the roost, so the Surf... Oh, he's got some bulk in this thing. That is something. Okay. Oh, Surf's 90, not 95. What am I thinking? It's not Gen 5. He's not going to be able to win this. I don't think. He should definitely lose this 1v1. He only has so much PP, and his best move to hit me is Flare Blitz. I'm just going to keep attacking this. He's not going to beat me 1v1, and my Slowbro is strictly for Charizard, so it's not like after Charizard I'm going to need to have this Slowbro for anything. It'd be nice if I could get a special defense drop, but I mean, we've thrown off enough to the point where it's not even really hacks. It would just be the odds. And we do see him throw off a Flare Blitz, and Slowbro's going to get the knockout here. If he goes Manaphy, I'm just going to click Psychic on it. If he goes Umbreon, I'm going to go into Buzzwole. So, we should be good here. I don't think there's a way we can lose this battle right now unless we really choke, and I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to play it as safe as possible. So far, it's a pretty good showing for the team we drafted, aside from a slight Rotom scare. He's going to go Manaphy, and I'm just going to click Psychic to make sure it's in range of Torn. Not going to take any chances, no reason to. It's my game to lose. Yep, he's going to knock us out, and then I'm going to go into Torn, and I'm going to click my Z-Grass, and he definitely will not survive this unless he has a Rindo Berry, which it would kind of suck, but Genesect is extreme speed, so it's not the end of the world. Yeah, we're going to knock that out, and that's going to be the game. Here I'm just going to go... I kind of want Genesect to get the last KO. I'm going to go Buzzwole. I'm not trying to play games, I'm just going to make the most correct play. We did get to see a little bit of Genesect with it clicking extreme speed. I would have liked for it to do a little bit more, but we got a whole season for that. I'm sure we're going to make it shine. And of course, I'm just going to click Leech Life, and we're going to beat this and say GG to the opponent. And that's going to be it for the video. I'm going to remind you that we've got a link to his channel in our description. I want to thank you guys for watching, Have yourselves a good night.